Should I just get started?
Yes, please go ahead. Thank you.
Let me see if I can share my screen. All right, can everyone see my screen? Should just say welcome to Science at York.
Yes.
Excellent. All right, well, I'm going to start by saying welcome to everybody. Welcome to the Faculty of Science and of course to York University. And welcome to Bethune College, and I'll explain what Bethune College is in just a minute. We're very pleased we could have, we're able to meet with you today. We were hoping perhaps it would be in person, but of course it's not, but we will get there eventually. The other people who are here to welcome you today. So my name is Paula Wilson. I'm the head of Bethune College. I'm also a professor in the Faculty of Science. We also have with us today Professor Ri Wang, and he is the Dean of the Faculty of Science. Mr. Hugo Chen is with us, and you may have already met him already. He's the Director of International Collaborations and Partnerships, and Ms. Daniela Escobar is Special Projects Assistant, who's also with us today.
And Paula, sorry to interrupt. We also have one more volunteer today, Gavin. Gavin, would you like to introduce yourself as well?
Yes, please.
Hi, my name is Gavin. I'm a campus ambassador lead with the Faculty of Science, and I'm happy to be with you here.
Excellent, thank you. And we're all going to be answering any questions you might have, but before we get there, I'll just let you know what we're going to be talking about in the next little half hour. We want to begin by having Dean Wang give you a warm welcome. And then I'm going to just talk a little bit about the kinds of supports that are available to you as a new student at York in the Faculty of Science and from Bethune College. We want to make sure that your time here is as successful. And then we'll end up with questions. So it's fairly simple. And I'm going to begin then by asking the Dean to say a few words, and I'll exit from here.
Thank you very much, Dr. Wilson, and thank you, Hugo, and Garvin, and all other, and Danielle, and for organizing this meeting. I'm so happy we getting together at the beginning of the 2022, which is according to the Chinese calendar, this is the year of tiger. So everything good things supposed to come, and the tiger should be able to beat the COVID. That could be the case. As we all know, we have been in a very challenging time and during the COVID time, and COVID is not over yet. But I'm so encouraged. I hope all of you will be encouraged in the same way that we continue our success. We are resilient, and our academic program and our academic continuity is the top priority. And you, our student, are the center of our everything what we do here. And I'm so happy, and you chose York University, you chose the Faculty of Science as your home for the next 4 or 5 years. And this is it's not only reflect your trust, but also you give us the inspiration, and we need to be here to do our best job to support you. I cannot give you the prediction because I do not have a crystal ball about how fast the COVID will be resolved, but I can give you one thing as a commitment. Faculty of Science will do everything we can do to make sure your success while you are at York University and after your York time. And this commitment is not open or shallow, because our success during the last 2 years have proven to be so. And during the last 2 years in the COVID time, our students continue their study in person and online. And we have graduated our students every year according to schedule. Our enrollment over the last 2 years is not decreasing, but is continuously increasing and maintained at a high level. Faculty of Science and continuous all teaching, research, community engagement. We are in a fast pace So this is a place where resilience is our middle name, and we do everything to make sure and you will have the best academic experience. So I'm taking this opportunity to thank you for joining the Faculty of Science family, and together we can make this family better, strong, and great. Thank you very much. Paula, somehow cannot hear you.
Sorry about that. I had myself on mute. Apologies. So I want to talk to you now about how the Faculty of Science and Bethune are going to work together to help you get off to a really good start at York University. So you might be wondering how Bethune College fits into this your time at York. So the university is organized on the college system, and that means that all new undergraduate students who come to York are assigned to a college. For science and engineering students, that college is Bethune College. And if you think about York, it's a very large university. We have over 55,000 students. And that means that it's a large place and it's easy to kind of maybe get lost or not, it's confusing a little bit about who you talk to for what things. So the colleges are there to create smaller academic and social communities for undergraduate students within the larger university. So we like you to think about it as sort of your home away from home. And Bethune offers both academic supports and academic activities as well as social activities for undergraduates. We're very aware that the transitions in life, we all have different kinds of transitions, and that includes transitioning from wherever you've been going to school to a new university, and in some cases, in your case, of course, a new country. And it can be really exciting and it's a fun time, but sometimes it can also be a challenging time. You're in a new environment, you're meeting new people, you may have new expectations. This is a part you're here to study, of course, and sometimes studying in a new place and a new institution also means rethinking your study strategies. And it's important that as a student that you remain flexible and open to changes and new things. We're also here to offer you new types of support. So how does the Faculty of Science and Bethune College support you as you make this transition? First of all, in terms of advising, if you need to speak to an advisor for anything, there is the Faculty of Science has an advisor dedicated to international students. And this is Miranda Ramnarain, and you can contact her at this email here. And I believe we'll be sending you the slides afterwards. So if you don't catch the email, or don't worry about that, okay? In addition, all new students are given an academic orientation. And that will happen tomorrow. And I'm sure you have received emails about that to let you know it's beginning at 9:30. If you want more information, there is a website that university has created for orientation. And Bethune, our college, has created an e-class site as part of your orientation. So you should be able to see that when you go onto e-class. You can go now, and when we're finished talking, if you haven't been there yet, there's some online materials to get you started, as well as information about what will happen tomorrow. This orientation provides you with resources, tips for success. It's an opportunity to get your questions answered, to talk about your program a little bit, especially if you have questions about your program. You'll be able to meet a peer who's already at York, a senior student in the Faculty of Science. And of course, there's a formal welcome ceremony. So we encourage you to get there and to make sure you attend tomorrow. At Bethune College itself, we also have a number of programs to support newer students in first and second year. And this is through the activities of our other science students. So more senior science students who have been at York for some time, who know the university well, and who have been successful in their courses in science. So 3 of those programs are peer mentors. So you will all be assigned a peer mentor, and these are more senior students who, again, know how to navigate the university. So if you run into situations where you need to talk to somebody, but you're not sure who to talk to, things like that, you can ask your peer mentor. We also have a tutoring program, and these are where we have, again, senior students who have done well in particular courses, and they offer free tutoring in a variety of the major key science courses in first and second year. And we also have peer-assisted study sessions. And that's because scientific evidence and studies have shown that students tend to do better in courses when they study together. So these are study sessions for specific courses in first and second year that are led by a senior student who has training in leading these kinds of sessions and can help you and gives you, and it also gives you an opportunity to meet other students in your class. Bethune also offers a writing center. Now, some of you may be English second language students, and this is especially useful for you, but for any student who has to do writing in your courses and you're not sure about how to get started or exactly what's being asked of you. Dr. Catherine Allen, shown here, is the director of the Writing Center, and she will provide you with free one-on-one meetings to talk about and support you in your writing activities. And that can be a lab report, it can be an assignment, an essay, whatever your needs are. She also offers flexible hours for international students, recognizing that perhaps at this moment, not all of you are actually in Canada. All of these, for more information about all of these programs, you can visit the Bethune website. This is the URL, or you can just Google Bethune once you're on the York main page, or search it, I mean, and you'll come up with the, you'll be able to find it easily. So I encourage you to visit our website. We have a lot of resources and information, as well as more information on those programs. And I'll just talk a couple of minutes, just a few sort of tips for success from me. The first thing and the most important thing, and maybe you've already been told this today, and that is, as you have questions or you feel you need support or you need to get a little bit of help from someone on campus, reach out, right? You should never be afraid to ask questions and to reach out. That's why we are all here. And 2 of the main emails that can be useful to you will be, of course, your science advising email. And you can just email bethune@yorku.ca if you're not sure. And we have staff who can direct you to the right people, the right offices. This is especially important now because you're not on campus. So it's not as easy just to drop into somebody's office and say, I'm looking for X, Y, or Z. Just contact us by email. Once you begin your academic work, you're going to find that every course is organized differently, and every assessment, whether it's every assignment or exam or lab report, will have its own expectations and its own sort of rules around which you're supposed to do the work. So it's very important that you understand how you're supposed to complete your academic work, not just what you're supposed to do. And what I'm getting at is sometimes if you're writing a test, there may be some tests or exams or assignments where you're encouraged to work together as students, to collaborate with other students. But there will also be assignments and tests and assessments where you're not to collaborate. There may be times when you're allowed to use your textbook, allowed to use the internet, but there may be other assessments where you're not. And in order to avoid any concerns or any issues with academic integrity and academic honesty, it's very important that you know how you're supposed to complete assignments and make sure you follow the directions. So that's probably one of the most important things that you can do. If you're not quite sure, ask your professor. That's why they're there. So again, reach out when you have questions. And then finally, take care of yourself. So there are a number of different aspects of well-being. It includes physical, mental, emotional, etc. And all of those combine together. When you're feeling well in all of those areas, you're able to be a much better student. This is when learning becomes easier. You can concentrate on your studies. You feel good. You're motivated, right? So take the time to care for yourself. And again, in terms of ideas about what that means, if you go to the Bethune website, we actually have a page on wellness with a number of different resources at the university for when you're not feeling well or you feel you do need help or support. So make that one of your priorities. Get some exercise, right? Eat well, sleep, connect with your friends. And if you don't know anyone at York yet, make sure you meet friends by going to past sessions, taking part in activities, etc. And finally, make sure you get involved. So again, evidence and studies have shown that students who are involved in their university life in extracurricular activities are much more likely to do better because you have a stronger sense of belonging, you know who to go to for help, you're well connected, and you have a happy social life. All those things factor into wellness and factor into being successful. And one of the ways you can get involved is by looking at the various activities, et cetera, offered by your college, and picking something that interests you in order to meet students, other students, and better connect and get a sense of belonging at York. So that's about all I wanted to say. Really, we're here to answer your questions, I think. And so I'm going to have you pose any of your questions. And Hugo, is it okay if students raise their hands if they wanted to talk? Or obviously the chat's there too if you have questions for the chat.
Yes, either way would be fine. And I have Danielle Gowan can help to monitor the the chat box. So feel free to answer any quick questions.
So if you have a question, you can use the reactions to raise a hand, or you can write your question into the chat. Okay, I don't know if people are shy or you just don't have any questions today.
Can I ask a question? I can see we have about 11 international students here today with us. How many of you actually on campus? Can you just raise up your hand or use those emoji to tell you are on campus? None? Okay, let's see how many of you, and this is the exercise, how many of you actually is not on campus? And please raise up your hands. That cannot be zero because other category already zero. Okay.
Oh, we have
Wonderful.
a question. We have a hand up. Good, Bahar.
I think
Aisha, Ruvishi, and Mansu, and we have a 4 student actually. Oh, Christopher, welcome. And Anitashi, Infoyu Shashi, and great. And Rojan, how about Rojan? Are you on campus or not? Kavisha, Taylor.
Oh, Rajan just answered the chat and she said that she's on campus.
Okay, good. Now we see at least our Zoom function is working, and the people can express themselves. So it's great. Can anyone tell which country you come from? Because I'm a great fan of global education. I really want to learn, not only from your experience on York, I also want to learn from your home country's education.
So we have Isha Sainj, she's from India. Rojan is from Iran. Bahar is from Iran. Manson is from South Korea. Ruvishi is from Sri Lanka. Kavisha is from India, but she's currently living in Bahrain. Sydney is from Grenada, and Anita Anita is from Iran.
Great. This is a true international team, and wonderful, wonderful. Do you have any concern about vaccination mandate for your study at York? Have anyone not been vaccinated? No, seems like everyone have been received some dosage of vaccination. Wonderful, wonderful. Congratulations, Roger. So looks like we are all ready to go. And Dr. Wilson just gave everyone a brief introduction about what kind of support and the service and we can offer through Bethune College. And the team here have been a fully experienced for many, many years on how to support international students. And once you are here, and that means here, not only physically step onto the campus, as long as you become one of our students, we are here to support you. So for all the information, the email, internet connection, you can also find all the information from York Faculty of Science website, and plus all those emails. And not only Dr. Wilson, Hugo, and if you also have a question, you can directly send me the email. And my email is sign.dean@yorku.ca. That'll be great. There's one question asking how many clubs there in Bethune College. Yeah, you can find information there.
Yeah, I don't know the exact number of, but there's a lot. There's probably about 20 or more. You can also go to the university student page. The university has a student page as well for clubs. And the whole university has, probably hundreds of clubs, and you can certainly choose from any of those clubs. Some of them, there are many clubs for if you want to meet other students from the same country as you. I think there's a group for Iranian students, there's a group of, I believe, Chinese students and students from different areas. But there are lots of other more activity-oriented clubs as well for different kinds of things that you like to do or working on behalf of, I'm trying to think about it, ways to help and support community members, different kinds of groups associated with those kinds of activities as well. There's all kinds of things to choose from and lots of sports. And I just mentioned in the chat that until now, we were expecting to remain remote until January 24th, and there was a recent memo came out from the university saying that that will now be extended till January 31st. So that may help in your planning. So, any other questions? Well, I think if not, I think we can wrap it up then. Well, I guess I'll just say thanks a lot for coming. And Hugo, did you want to have any last
Yes,
comments?
first, thank you, Dr. Wilson and Dr. Wang, the Dean, and also other volunteer, Gavin, Danielle, to joining us today, and also the York International, Rochelle, and to facilitate this section. So this section are recorded. We post it on our website, Faculty of Science website, for you to review after this event. So thank you everyone to joining us today. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Happy New Year again. Bye-bye.